Today's video is sponsored by Boku. Check the link down below to get great deals. As someone with ADHD, I was an unbearable child and a very awkward adult. And so today, we're going to be ranking every single fidget toy from Amazon on a tier list. Just so you grains know, I am a huge fidgeter. I mean, I've broken my fair amount of pen caps so many times. I mean, I would fidget by putting my finger under it and kind of like constantly pushing it until it snaps and breaks. So I kind of have to keep the pens away. Just stay away. I can't look at you. Stay. That's it. Let me know in the comment section below what kind of habits or fidgets do you usually do that you don't think anyone else does. For this purpose, I bought well over 50 toys and I figured why not rank them from outstanding. Here's my tier list. So S is going to be outstanding, A is great, good, okay-ish, yeah, maybe, meh, or absolute garbage. Because like many of you grains, I've constantly been seeing ads about these Pop-It fidget toys and those little cubes and just the whole kit. And these things cost me $80. Just to be clear again, these are my opinions and my own personal experience with these items. So if you like them, good for you. That's you do you. I do me, you do you. By the way, for those of you new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, otherwise I will wave a sharp pointy thing or I'll just forget about it later. That's the type I am. So basically, as you can see on the table, we have quite a bit of stuff to go through. They look really colorful, and I'm only realizing now that when they say 41 items, they also include the doubles and the triples. So some of them we're gonna skip, others we're gonna do. But I think the first category is going to be these little pop things over here. And they even made it into a keychain for your convenient fidgeting outdoors so you don't break pens. I was so fidgety in elementary school that I actually used to pick up chairs and throw them. I'm sorry to all the people who've had me as teachers because I was a nightmare. And look at me now, I'm a teacher. I think maybe that's why I understand students with difficulties even more. All right, so I've never actually used this kind before, and the idea is that you get little push things and it should be satisfying enough to push them in. Some of them already came in pushed. Oh, you know what it's like? You know when you go to fast food places and on the top of the cups they have those little push things that tell you what kind of drink you got? Like that. I don't know if it's like that in any other country, but I definitely know that in Canada and North America I've seen it. So I'm guessing this should feel as satisfying. Let's go ahead and push. Oh, but that was not satisfying because this kind of just went in the way. That could be my sausage fingers, but let's go ahead, put it down and see maybe as a flat surface. Oh yes. Yeah, I like that. Quite like that. Yeah, I could definitely do this for quite some time. We turn it around. Oh, okay, the other side. So one side gives you a little bit more resistance. This one just kind of pops onto the other side. Look at that. It even makes this really satisfying sound. Let's hear that. Oh, hang on. Let's push some more. See, resistance. And then the other side. Oh, also like bubble wrap. I'm getting a lot of feelings here. But yeah, so far, I would say this rainbow pop bubble wrap thing is super satisfying. I could do this for a long time. Oh, I love this. Especially the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and say that for the rainbow, let's get that one sized down. For sure, for me, this one is going to go in S tier. It is just absolutely wonderful. I can do this for a long time. And the same idea as the rainbow one, we do have two that are from the popular game Among Us. We also have a super cute pastel popsicle one, and like I said, for your convenience to go. So let's check real quick if we get the same pushback on one side and a little pop on the other. Let's go ahead with Among Us. I have no idea which side is what. Okay, so this is the regular side. Still feels exactly like the rainbow, even though they came in two different kits. And then this side, yep, still satisfying. Now for the popsicle, oh, this is smooth. This is quite smooth. And the other side, yep. And I think the one that matters the most is absolutely going to have to be the one that you can take on the go, because I mean, you can put it on your bag, you can fidget on it on your backpack or anything like that. So let's get a feel. That one feels flimsier. It definitely feels cheaper. Yeah, it definitely feels much lighter. Oh, I don't know if I like this. Let's hear the other side. Oh. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, see, it's giving me a harder time to go on the other side. So yeah, this one, not as good. So let's put it on our tier list. So the Among Us one was definitely really good. We're gonna put that still in the S tier. Very satisfying. I would do this all day, every day. Same thing for our popsicle. Did not disappoint. I would bring it to my family events. But the keychain, that one was disappointing more than anything. I'm gonna put it was still satisfying to push through, but in terms of the quality, it made it into the maybe category. That's a pretty big difference for me. I feel like I'm doing the world a service here, even though I'm pretty sure it's not that useful. However, the next one here is this, which I have no idea what it is, but the box itself is already very distracting. All right, and you are... Oh, I like these. Okay. I see you. Oh my god, the colors. Oh, I love this. Oh, that is cool. The fact that we get two different colors and then when they mix in between, we get this purplish color. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh. And even the accumulation at the bottom here, where we're getting the big bubbles dividing into the smaller bubbles, and then the smaller bubbles into even tinier bubbles, and then they merge all over again and they kind of gloop all the way down. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I need to say much about this. You are going on my S tier. I think if it were just one color, we would be talking, you know, a little differently. It would not be going in the outstanding category. But the fact that this has two different colors and then they merge at the bottom, oh my god, like I'm really distracted because I really want to just kind of stare at it for long periods of time. Next we have this dino pack. I'm guessing it's those dinosaurs that grow in the water and some Orbeez, it seems. But from what I understand, you know what, while I'm talking, let's go ahead and put it in the water. So for those of you who don't know, Orbeez basically are these little round balls that you end up putting in water and they grow and they're kind of squishy and satisfying. And same thing with these dinosaurs, but I think the dinosaurs grow at a completely different rate, or at least speed. So guess we'll put them in here and we'll get back to this in about an hour or two. All right, you're gonna go over there. Just a little more. There. And next one we have here is a cube plastic. What the heck is this? What? Ew. Well, if anything, it's easy to get distracted by some dirt if it's on it. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but let's try and figure this out because none of these come with instructions. Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh no. I don't know how I feel about this because, hang on, let's pull this apart. Okay. Oh, I know these. Okay, don't get me wrong. The type of fidgeter I am, I like to do things that are mindless, not necessarily puzzles. If I wanted to do a puzzle, I would get a puzzle. If I wanted to just destroy things with my fingers and hands, or if I'm sitting in class and just constantly flip a pen between my fingers, that's a whole other thing. You saw nothing. I don't know if a puzzle would do it for me. It just seems like a lot of work. I think this was here. In case you're wondering, that's my frustration face because I know exactly what kind of puzzle that is and you have to hold it and then put it through. Yeah, I don't know, not for me. I'm gonna put it together though.
1 hour later.
No. I hate this! So I think the fact that this fidget toy is more of a puzzle, which means it's more of a hobby rather than a mindless thing to do to keep me focused on other things. You know what? I think on my tier list, for me, you, my friend, are going to go into the garbage tier. I do not want something where I need to focus. I just need something where it can keep me occupied while I focus on other things. Because if I'm gonna do this, I might as well just have other hobbies. So this here will go
in the trees.
Bye-bye. I feel like I'm on a mission now, so let's go ahead and check out the other cubes in these two kits that I got. Okay, that is not the same thing. Oh my god. This is, you could just move these around. Oh, yes. Oh my god. Oh, this is not the same thing. I have goosebumps. Look at that. This is not the same thing as the other cube. Oh, look at that. It's like opening a treasure chest that just doesn't stop. I love this so much. And can you bend other parts too? So if I wanted to just do, yeah, this is an infinite cube. This is a cube that you can constantly make, constantly fidget. So I can focus on listening to my lessons, listening to whatever I want, and I can still keep moving this. This is great. I love you. Oh, I love you. No questions asked. You know what? Now I'm starting to think, should I have put more into the S tier? Maybe I started with my expectations too high. This is definitely up there. So for sure, this cubey thing is going to go up there. You know, maybe I was too generous with the one that we just watched. I think I'm gonna bump it down. I'm sorry, Bubble Cup, but you're gonna go into the great section. You're not bad, but you're definitely no infinite cube. You're definitely an infinite bubble of things, but you're not an infinite cube. So I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, so now I'm thinking that this is probably the same thing, except it's much heavier. Like this is super plasticky. You can hear it. Super light. This one, hear it? It has a lot more consistency. It feels like a little bit more metal and plastic, whereas this one is just pure plastic. Is it the same thing? Yes, it is the same thing. So it does feel nicer on the hand just because it is heavier. Oh, what did I do? But for me, it gives the same level of satisfaction. So I'm going to put the heavier one and the lighter one, depending on your hands and the sound that you like, and also the feel, because this is smaller. So the black one will also end up right up here in the S tier for satisfaction fidgeting level. All right, now that we've done cubes, I think it'll be a good time to go ahead and play with some of these balls over here. Fidget with some balls. I don't know what you want from me. All I know is these are spheres, and the word that we use for them are balls. I mean, we have a baseball, we have a soccer ball, we have a fidget ball. Oh no. Oh, we have a puzzle ball. We're not gonna, did that go in the box? Oh, that actually went in the box. Okay, you know what? You are coming here with me. We are not cutting this because I want to show you that we are going, hang on, I don't want you to see the mess, but look at that. It went straight into the contraption here. How cool is that? My aim is pretty good. Okay, don't look at my mess. Don't look at my mess. But how cool is that? I rolled a perfect 20. And we do have quite a few different ones. Now, I don't know, I haven't touched them because I want the first impression to be with you. And I think the first one that I want to get out of the way, let's put these away, are these ones here because I feel like the baseball and the soccer ball are just going to be stress balls. Yeah, they don't even have a nice texture. It's kind of like just a dense foam. It's great for forearm exercises, but I mean, it's been done before and it's not really satisfying anything in terms of like the need to twirl and the need to like push things. It's good for your forearms. I guess it's great if you're working out and you just want to like become the greatest martial artists. This could work. Actually, I think I need to work on my forearms. Oh, I'm sore. That cramped. So I'm going to have to say that the baseball for me is definitely nothing special, and so it's not necessarily garbage because there is some texture to it, there is some resistance, and I guess it could be something. Mind you, the soccer ball is softer than the baseball. So it's going to go into the meh section for me. So both of them for sure are going to go into the meh section. If it's your thing, cool, definitely not my thing. But I also just saw that we have the same thing as the square puzzle, and yeah, puzzles are a hobby. They're not a fidget toy for me. For you could be something different. These are meh. The next one that has my attention, I have no idea what it's for. It kind of looks like a Spaceball. Like what's that little one called in Star Wars? Hang on. BB-8? Look, I know people are going to shun me and hate. Don't hate me. I've never been a fan of Star Wars simply because it's just politics in space. Correct me if I'm wrong, or fight me, or prove me, you know what, prove me wrong. Prove me that it's not just politics in space. I'm not a politics fan. And for those of you who love Star Wars, good for you. That's your fandom. That's okay. All right, so I'm guessing, oh, did I just break it? No. Oh, I get it. Okay, that is cooler than just pushing, because wow, I can't talk anymore. That's how excited I am getting about this toy here. So in addition to just kind of, you know, wanting to push them inwards, you can also, that's why they left an empty space, you can kind of just move them around. That is cool. That is really satisfying because you get this extra play by moving them back and forth. I mean, obviously, unless you have sausage fingers like me, but they do fit. Look at that. You could just move it back and forth. and that is neat. Is it great? No. It does take a little bit more effort to kind of move things around, but I think eventually at one point you don't have to look, kind of like what I'm doing right now, just kind of moving them back and forth. So it's this idea of moving from one compartment to another, and on the inside it seems like there's this foam. This is a really clever idea. I like this. I don't know if it would be my first choice of a fidget toy, also because it's kind of noisy. So it would be very distracting during meetings, during class time. So it does have a bit of a noise. So I'm going to say that Spaceball is going to go into the good category. I'm going to definitely say it's a B tier. It's not just okay-ish. It has this fun factor. It's just a little on the noisy side. But this is a really clever idea. I would definitely recommend this. Now the next two balls are kind of the same thing. They have this stickiness to it. Let's hear that. And this. Oh, hang on. What are you? I just noticed these. I just dumped everything on my desk. What are you? Okay, hang on. We're gonna get to these later. I'm just really curious. These look like peas. I remember as a kid, we had to actually pull the peas out of the pod, especially growing up in Egypt. You had to really do a lot of the cooking manually. Is this the same thing? Oh, it has a face. No. Does the other one come out too? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And it has that satisfactory kind of push. I don't know if this is going to be more of an adult type fidget toy, because we know what it feels like to push edamame or peas or like green peas from the pods. This is cute. Here's a doggy character.
I just realized this doggy character is actually Mameshiba, an actual cartoon.
How about that one? There we go. Yes. Oh, I like that. The only downside to this one is that you really have to push a lot harder with your thumb, but it is very satisfying. Not so much if you have any kind of pains on your thumbs or your joints, but it is very satisfying. I definitely got derailed because this one got my attention. Oh, I like that. So I would say that these are going to go in the, not quite the S tier, because there is that resistance and it's not seamless. It's not great. It is kind of on the good side. It is quiet. And I absolutely love the concept, but part of me wants to put it in okay-ish simply because it is very difficult on the joints. So I'm going to say it's between B and C. So kind of hovering right there for me. So these peas are definitely really fun, but kind of tough on the finger. Nowhere near the baseball, but it still has resistance. All right, back to actually where we were, which is these sticky balls here. I feel like everyone at some point has dealt with these because they're basically like these toys where you just squish it and sometimes you'll get, you know, the poop coming out of the bum or the snot coming out of the nose of the character. These have never really done it for me other than for a few minutes at a time. Of course, the inside is fun because you can kind of try and go in between. But believe it or not, I actually gave one of these fidget toys to Pat, my husband, who also has ADHD. And within 2 weeks of playing with this, it actually burst and everything came out. So I would say in terms of quality, these two, which oddly enough, if you look at the picture, they make it seem a lot cooler than it is going to go in between the meh and garbage, probably closer to garbage. So a bit over here, because it has no consistency whatsoever. It's just going to break after a couple of weeks, which kind of sucks. I know it means that he's used it quite a bit, but at the same time, I mean, I just don't trust this. So it has to last the fidgeting. That's the whole point of it. And the colorful sticky balls are even less interesting because there's nothing on the inside to keep us busy. I'm going to put it in the garbage section. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. I just find that if you're going to go for one or the other, this one is definitely more interesting. Mind you, quality sucks. This one, I mean, you might as well just blow a balloon and do this to it. It doesn't have a long-lasting funness to it. Now there's this weird shape. I really hope it's not another puzzle. Can I pull you apart? What is that? Okay. Oh, is this like a transformer? What are you? Oh my gosh. Okay. It has a lot of sharp edges, so I'm not quite sure how to feel about this yet, but it seems like it's just a twisty kind of toy where everything interconnects at some point. Does it go upwards? Yeah. I feel like they're kind of tricking me into thinking that this is both a fidget toy, but at the same time, it's kind of like a puzzle, maybe. These edges are sharp. Holy carp, look at that. I could just slice my finger. Look at that slice of my finger. Don't worry, that's ketchup. So let's see if we can get it back into the shape it was originally. Yeah, I'm not digging this at all. This feels like a lot of effort. Maybe the goal isn't to get it back to what it was. I'm just here trying like, work, dang gosh darn damn it.
Why aren't you working?
I don't know. It's not, ow. That hurt. That legitimately hurt. When I'm saying this has sharp edges, I'm not even joking. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this. Let me try and play with it without thinking too much. Let's just pretend I'm in a meeting. Yeah, the edges are too sharp. This is painful. I want to fidget without thinking that I'm going to hurt myself. The concept is cool, but I think I've made up my mind that this is probably more of a hazard. So even though here it looks like it's red, I have the blue one. This cubey thing for sure, for me, goes into absolute garbage. I don't want to worry about hurting myself, so that did not land where I thought it would. Next is this thing that is the only thing that came in a box. Everything else was in a bag, so I don't know what you are. And you are... Is that a remote control? Is this like a... Oh, that doesn't have a fun pushback. That's weird. So I feel like the spring on the inside of this one is broken. How about this? Okay, yeah, that's fun. Noisy, for sure. But it's kind of like when I'm actually holding these pens that click, I am constantly non-stop clicking it. Same thing, this one. What's wrong with you? Oh, it's more of a turny thing. Oh, it's a fidget spinner. Okay, so obviously it doesn't have the proper bearings to fidget spin, but it does have this nice balance to it center-wise. It will not keep spinning, but it has this nice balance to it, so you can kind of just move it around. And then these buttons, please sound good. Yes. Yeah, that feels good. This is actually really good. What are you? Oh my god. You know what these remind me of? I'm going to probably put a date on myself. When my parents used to buy disposable cameras, this is what this sounded like. For those of you who don't know, there used to be something called a disposable camera. Here it is on the screen. You basically can just flip the thing to let it know that you're ready to take a picture, and it would make this weird kind of sound. This is really taking me back. And then you take pictures. I think you had like 24 pictures or something like that. And then you return the entire camera to a store, and then they develop the pictures for you. What is this? Oh, so it's kind of like this, but oh, it also rotates. This feels nice. Kind of like that. Okay, this is like perfect in every way, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure this is broken. Otherwise, it would kind of be like oh, no. Otherwise, it would kind of be like these pens that click in and out, because it's a little broken. But otherwise, this has definitely a lot of potential here. Like, I really enjoy this extra bit over there. It'll keep me entertained for quite a few hours, especially for meetings. But the downside of it is that it is noisy. Because of the noisiness level, I'm going to say that this remote control is definitely good. It's not great because it's broken. So it would hover in between the great and good, but functionality wise, yeah, you can't take it to meetings or to class. So it would have to hover in between great and good, but definitely, I definitely would recommend this if you don't have to be somewhere. Now we're on to these snaky things. I really like the colors of these ones, but I don't know what they do. Oh, okay. I think they're kind of like what that cube thing that I hated and super sharp is supposed to do. Does it go the other way? Yes. Look at that. Okay, yeah, this is definitely, oh wow, yes. Okay, yeah, I keep saying okay, yeah, but I think the fact that it's distracting me enough to not be able to talk is good enough for me to know that it is working. And it can go whichever way that you want. So either this way or that way, which means that you can make some really cool shapes if you wanted to. And look at that, listen. other than me banging it, it's actually very quiet. So I would say that these are definitely on the satisfying side, not in terms of clicking and, you know, freedom of like moving things around like the actual cube at the beginning. Those ones are definitely S tier. This one I highly doubt would be S tier. I would have to say, let me make it a little smaller like so. It would be on the good to okay-ish, but because it doesn't take much effort, it's going to go above those little beans, so it's going to go on the good side. On to continuing with snaky things. We have this here. What is that? Okay, that is quite the long unicorn. Look at this. So we have a unicorn and another unicorn. It's just a stretchy thing, I guess you could... I'm not sure I get it. It will easily tear, for sure. It does feel nice, but I mean... Oh, that does not smell good. Yeah, don't put it close to your nose. Don't make that mustache thing. Am I gonna do it again? Most probably. Because it looks cool. There's this fun factor because I can play with anything and enjoy myself. That's just how easily entertained I am. I don't know if I would... I'm curious how easily it would tear. Let's go ahead and see how easily that could tear. Not so easy. Okay, I see you. There's some resistance. Okay, that surprised me. I'll see you, unicorn. And so I think just because you are pretty impressive in terms of your strength, I'm going to put this in the maybe section. It's not meh because it's better than those little soccer ball things, but I would put it here, probably in the maybe. I personally wouldn't use it, but yeah, I mean, it is pretty resistant, but not for me. And now for to be doodaddy things. So I think this is like a finger trap. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Of the fun part of the straw that is constantly, oh, I was like, does it extend? Does it go back? Okay, that sound is satisfying. Let's hear that again. Oh, hang on. I'm so easily entertained. Okay, so let's hear this. And then pushing it back in is a little bit more... Kind of have to be a little bit more... Yeah, it's a little longer. But yeah. So, definitely not something you can take with you to your office or school or meetings, but I think the whole point of this is the sound. Yes! I love this. This is staying. Usually I donate a lot of this stuff, but these are staying. Okay, we're gonna put them on the tier, not too long. And then we have mesh with a bead. Oh, that feels nice. What is it about this? What does it remind me of? Oh, you know what it reminds me of? Of the little peas in a pod, that one, except it takes a lot less effort and it still has that satisfaction of pushing with your thumb. This is actually pretty satisfying. Can you pull this? Oh, okay, so you can kind of play with it, the bead on the inside. So if you don't want to push, you can kind of have this. I like that. It's quiet and it definitely is, it does feel good and it's quiet too. So, okay, let's see what this is going to rank in our tier here. So for our to-be thing, even though it is very noisy, like really noisy, there's just something about it that makes it absolutely entertaining, and I can just do this for long periods of time. But in terms of convenience, I'm not going to put it into the outstanding part, so it's going to stay in great. That's my opinion. It's definitely great, but it can't be taken anywhere, so unfortunately it wouldn't go into the outstanding section. And now for the pushing the ball, the marble kind of thing, that one's quiet, but at the same time it's missing that extra layer of satisfaction that would put it into outstanding. It's better than the snake thing, and it's better than the one that you just have to keep pushing, the space ball. So I'm going to say it goes into the good section. These two for me are going to be even for different reasons. Now we have these animal things. So I'm pretty sure the reason that they're wrapped like this is because they probably gather a lot of dirt. Oh, why does this feel like a milky pudding? Oh, that is nice. Oh, that is so squishy. That is really nice. Yeah, that has a nice bouncy feel to it. It's kind of like the ball that we use that has all these balls on the inside, except it's a lot less obvious and you could just kind of squish it. I wouldn't call it a fidget toy as much as it is just kind of a squishy, bouncy squishy. But we also have this chicken, which I have no idea what it's for. It's open at the bottom. So, I mean, obviously I would want to put my finger in there, but then is it made to, like, is it a slingshot? Like, well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Is it a... So it's not a slingshot, but these things over here, definitely on the fun side, not my kind of fidget thing. I mean, you could keep it on your desk and just kind of, I guess, while you're on the phone, rub the kitty belly kind of thing. So if we're going to go ahead and rank it, we're going to take our kitty cats. I would say it's probably on the okay-ish side. Definitely functional, but there's nothing else that goes into them. They do have a nice texture to it though. Whereas the rubber chicken, I don't get it. I don't see the appeal of it, so it's going to 100% for me go into the garbage section. We are down to the final 5, and we're going to continue with this weird contraption, which I have no idea what it is. And it seems like it's, oh, did you see that? Did you? Okay, let's do that slowly. So it's a ring that flips within itself. Look at that. This is weird because I don't understand how it's working, and I'm not turning it. I'm pushing this and it's flipping to the front. You see that? I'm turning this and it's becoming the one in front. So, oh wow, that is weird, but really satisfying. So it's like this whole motion, kind of like the cubes where it just constantly becomes a cube within a cube, and then you keep turning it, and at some point it still ends up being a cube. This is it. It's just 2 rings that constantly turn within each other. I mean, look at that. It's quiet. It's satisfying. You can do it with one hand. So you can kind of just, you know, if you're standing and you're fidgeting like this, there it goes. And there is some resistance, but it's not a resistance that's painful. This one's nice. It has a very nice calming effect to it. So because it reminds me a lot of the cube turning within a cube into a cube, this ring thing is definitely going to go in the outstanding. Yes, I know I'm very neutral about it, but this is calming me down. I mean, look at this. That's all it is. It's the rings turning within each other. Not only does it feel nice, but it's very fun to look at as it's happening. Look at that. It's just turning within itself. So it has this sensory and visual appeal to it. Definitely going into outstanding. The next 3 I feel a little torn and somewhat betrayed because they're basically dollar store toys. I don't know if they would be considered fidget toys, but we get this thing. There we go. And there it goes. I'm pretty sure it's a skill. It is a toy. I was like, let's go smack myself. Oh no. I don't see this as a fidget toy. I can't bring this anywhere. I mean, it doesn't even have the right mechanisms to do it because there you go. No, for me it just doesn't do it. It's not a fidget toy. At least I wouldn't count it as one. Maybe my criteria is different. And then one of the other betrayals is I don't think this little maze toy is a fidget toy. It's more of a skill. Again, like the puzzle. So I'm going to say I definitely have a lot of fun with these. I can get really into it. It's more of a distraction and skill balance toy than a fidget one. So where's the end? There's no goal, which makes it even worse. So normally there's a starting point and an ending point on these kinds of mazes, but there's no marking anywhere, which makes this even more useless because there's no goal to get to. And then this one here, they call it silly cups, but these are slinkies. So here you go, basically slinkies. So, I mean, sure, yeah, it's a toy. Fun to watch it go down the stairs. If for those of you who don't know, here's a video of it going down the stairs. But again, I wouldn't consider this a fidget toy. So let's go ahead and put it on our tier list. I think it's going to be pretty easy to judge these. Those little bangy doodah toys, these would probably go into absolute garbage when it comes to an actual fidget activity. Right over here with the chickens. The little slinkies, other than the fact that they look cute, they are not, in my opinion, a fidget toy. And these heart mazes, I feel like if you're going to get me to do a puzzle, you're not helping me with fidgeting. All you're doing at this point is giving me a hobby, and that's not what I'm looking for a fidget toy. If I wanted a hobby, I would actually do my hobby, because my ADHD personally is a hyper-focused kind, which means I can do things for long periods of time without noticing time pass by. So no, these puzzle things are not, they're not doing it for me. And before we get into our our Dino Orbeez, let's go ahead and see the last item, which is called an AcuPuncture Ring. So, oh, there goes one. At least we have the other one. So I'm guessing you can wear it like a ring and move it up and down without the fear of it actually getting caught if you have sausage fingers. Because I know people fidget with their actual rings, and this one feels nice. I like it. There's nothing special about it other than the fact that it's a ring. So for sure, this is great for those of us on the go. So I would say for me, because of its twistiness without getting tangled, its quietness, and the fact that it feels like a massage, I would say it's 100% way better than the little kitty cats. So it wouldn't go in C. It could go in good, but at the same time, it's more portable. You can bring it to places. I feel like it would probably be in the great, but it's not quite great. So I think I'm going to downgrade it into good because there's nothing special about it, but it is really entertaining. I mean, I'm just thinking about it here and I want to put it up and down because it does feel good. And now for probably one of the biggest disappointments are the Orbeez Dinosaur. I mean, if you're going to give me Orbeez, I would hope that the dinosaur you're giving me is also going to grow at the same pace, because otherwise I just have Orbeez in here, which yeah, are fun, but I mean, look how easily they break. Quite easily. So this here, not portable, is just water. Dinosaur is not growing at the same rhythm as the actual Orbeez. I'm gonna leave it overnight so that you grains can see as I'm talking right now if the dinosaur has grown or if the Orbeez have grown even more. But for me, I would definitely say there's just nothing fun about this. There's nothing fidget about it. It's just an activity. Same for when it comes to the puzzles. So the dinos will absolutely, look at these pack of dinos. They will absolutely need a spot down here. Let's make stuff a little, you know what? Let's just right here. It deserves to be with the absolute garbage for fidgets. As mentioned at the beginning of today's video, we are sponsored by Boku.
But Jackie, what is Boku?
Ah, I am glad you asked. Boku is a premium Japanese snack subscription box that gets you anywhere between 20 and 25 snacks that are curated straight from Japan. One of the many things that I love about Boku is that they work with companies that are well over 100 years old. So you know what you're getting really is authentic. And I love the fact that they vary anywhere from sweets and salty, so there's a pretty good balance in each box. I find myself really looking forward to every box every month. Every month, snacks will be revolving around a specific theme, like this month is summer fruits. But when you subscribe for the first time, you'll get what's called Seasons of Japan, so you'll get to taste a little bit of everything. In addition to the snacks, you get a cultural guide booklet, so you can know where snacks come from, which is always interesting to know, and whether or not what you're having has any common allergens, and if it's vegetarian friendly. Let's try some snacks. Kororan Momotaro Saku Puff. Oh, that is very fragrant. Look at her. Oh, that is good. Lemon soft cookie. Ooh, lemony and smush. Very lemony. Oh, that is nice. Oh, I need a tea. That is good. Hokkaido Akaniku melon anpan. Smells like sweet pastry. And ooh. Oh, it smells good. Oh, did not expect that. Oh, yes, give me 10. So if you're looking to treat yourself this summer, check the link down below to get 10% off, that's up to $47, off your own Japanese snack subscription box. And be sure to use code NERDYCRAFTER10. Thank you, Boku, for sponsoring today's video. Let me know what your opinion is. Are you a huge fidgeting person? I mean, I really do fidget quite a bit. Again, I am talking about my own experiences with ADHD, and I am not talking for everybody. Just putting it out there. Some of these hit the spot, as you can see, and others really just didn't hit the spot. I'm curious to know your opinion in the comment section below. And if you want to watch more videos of me just absolutely, doing nonsense, make sure you check up here. And if you want to watch me do a cash or trash or a crafty video, make sure you check down here. Until then, I will see you grains in the next video.